Hello everybody, welcome back to Jules Math Tools. In our session today, this is part 2 of my video on calculating angles on a straight line with terms. In this video, we're going to be dealing strictly with terms and no other numbers. So if you want to see how to calculate your unknown angle when you're given just terms on your angles in a straight line, make sure that you stay tuned and we'll see how this is done. In our first example, we're going to be calculating the measure of our unknown angle x. And in this question, we're given only terms and no other numbers. So again, we're going to begin as we did all of our other questions by first writing out our equation, which is x plus 3x plus 2x should all equal to 180 degrees. Now we're going to simplify our expression by calculating or collecting our like terms with our x. So x plus 3x will equal to 4x, and 4x plus 2x is 6x. So we have 6x equal to 180 degrees. Now we're going to move into our one-step equation where we're going to be using division to find the measure of angle x. And in using our division, this means that I'm dividing both sides of my equation by 6. I remember that with these one-step equation, when we're dividing by our coefficient, remember our coefficient is always that number that is being multiplied to our unknown variable. And in this case, it is 6. So we're dividing both sides of our equation by 6. So 6 divided by 6 will be 1. We're going to be left with just our x, which we will bring that down. And now we're dividing 6 into 180 degrees. And I'm going to show my working just for my persons who may be following along who may not be as good in division as the rest of us. So I'll go through my division just to help them along so that they don't get lost in the process. So 6 can't divide into 1. Since 1 is less than 6. So I'm going to be dividing 6 into 18, and 6 goes into 18 3 times. 3 times 6 is 18. 18 subtract 18 is 0. I'm still going to bring down the 0. 6 divides into 0 0 times. 0 times 6 is 0. And 0 subtract 0 will give us 0. So we found that our angle x is equal to 30 degrees. Now, after we've done this step, we are not done. Because remember that we were given a variety of terms. We were given x, 3x, and 2x. So we now need to calculate what is the measure of each of these different terms. So I now know that my x is 30 degrees. I now need to calculate 3x. And in calculating 3x, I know that x is equal to 30 degrees. So I'm now going to replace my x with my 30 degrees. 30 times 3 is equal to 90 degrees. So I found that my 3x is equal to 90 degrees. And now to calculate my 2x, and I'm going to substitute my x with 30 degrees again, and 2 times 30 degrees is equal to 60 degrees. Now, after we've performed this calculation where we found the measure of each of our angles, there is still one last step for us to perform, which is to check our answers. So we're going to check our answers by summing all of these different degrees together. So we're adding our 30 degrees plus our 90 degrees plus 60 degrees. And remember that all of these measures or all of these angles should all add up to 180 degrees. So 0 plus 0 will equal to 0. 3 plus 9 is 12, and 12 plus 6 is 18. So I see that these angles all sum to 180 degrees. Let's try another example. You can feel free at this point to pause the video, calculate the measure of our unknown angle y, and then remember to calculate each of your individual angles afterwards. And when you're ready, you can unpause the video and follow along with me. We're going to begin by writing out our equation, which is 4y plus 3y plus 2y should equal to 180 degrees. Now we're going to simplify our y's by adding them together. So 4y plus 3y is 7, and 7 plus 2 is equal to 9y. So 9y is equal to 180 degrees. And now we're going to divide both sides of our equation by 9. 9 divides into 9 once, leaving us with just y. And now we're dividing 9 into 180 degrees. 9 can divide into 1, so that's 0. 9 goes into 18 twice. 2 times 9 is 18. 18 subtract 18 is 0. We're going to bring down our 0. 9 goes into 0 0 times, and 0 times 9 is 0. So the measure of our unknown angle y is 20 degrees. And now we're going to go back and calculate our 4y, 3y, and 2y. Remembering that our y is equal to 20 degrees, so 4 times 20 degrees is equal to 80 degrees. So my 4y is equal to 80 degrees. And now 3 will be multiplied to 20 degrees, which will equal to 60 degrees. So our 3y is 60 degrees. And now my 2y, so our 2 will be multiplied to 20 degrees to equal to 40 degrees. So our 2y is equal to 40 degrees. And now let's sum our numbers together to see if they will add up to 180 degrees. So 0 plus 0 is 0, 6 plus 4 is 10, and 10 plus 8 is 18. So we see that our angles all sum to 180 degrees. Okay, so we just calculated or found the measure of our unknown angles when we're given only terms. Remember that the steps or the setup may seem a little different, but our steps are always the same. We always add up the terms that are alike and then perform our one-step division by dividing both sides of our equation by our coefficient. And once we found the measure of our unknown variable, remember to go back and calculate the degrees of each of your terms so that you can check your answer to make sure that all of your angles do indeed add to 180 degrees. Until the next video, remember, this is Jules Math Tools, where math is made easy.